Hey guys, I was just coming to bring you a little more serious video. Hadn't really made anything in a little while, and that's because I've got some other stuff going on. Hairs everywhere. Anyway, I'm not pretty, it doesn't matter. Like I said, this is going to be a little more serious video. I hadn't made anything in a while. Anything I make is unscripted, of course. Everything is just off the cuff, so I try to remember. And so it's going to be broken up a little bit. You know, it is what it is. It's a small channel that, I wasn't intending on making, but I have some fun doing it. So I thought I would, make an update. And the update is, I got my ass in trouble. I've been in trouble before. I've spent some time in jail. Never been in prison. Don't have any felonies. Still don't have any felonies. But I have got my ass in trouble. I got my ass in trouble last fall. In Tennessee, dealing with a girl. Situation didn't work out, nothing physical at all. But the situation didn't work out well for me, and wound up going to jail and spent 4 days in there because in Tennessee you have to use a bondsman, and to use a bondsman you have to have somebody with a Tennessee ID, and so I didn't know anybody, and so I had to get somebody with a Tennessee ID to bail me out. And so to do that, I called everybody I knew. I didn't have my cell phone with me, so I mean it was a really big deal. And so eventually I just figured out, hey, my cellmate's getting out, and he was homeless, or gonna be homeless, and so he needed some money, and I had, when I went into jail, I had like $1,400 cash on me. And so what I did is I offered him $300. $300, all he's got to do is go give this bondsman his signature. I'll go to court over my stuff, yada yada yada, and that takes care of getting me out. I can go to work, and so that's what I did. And so I continued to work and everything until here just recently, and I had to go to court. And the settlement was I get to spend 45 days in jail. And I've spent some time in jail before. 30, 45 days is about the max. I've spent a couple stints like that. Got into a lot of trouble after I got divorced. Had a really bad time, rough time. Once I got divorced, it wasn't a good situation either. I got 2 DUIs in 1 week. That was like immediately after I got divorced. It was both for prescription medication, which I was prescribed, but in the state I was in, that doesn't matter. And a lot of states that doesn't matter. You can take a Lortab and you're fucked. But anyway, so I'm going to be spending 45 days in jail. And this jail down here, in Tennessee, is no joke. It is one of these pod cells where you got like 70 men. You got cells on top. You got 2 guys per cell. When you go in, there's a little toilet sitting here. Your little metal toilet. And then you got a rack in the back where there's two mats. Well, hell, when I went in the last time, they didn't even give me a mat because they're so overcrowded. But I did get a rack, so I got to lay on the metal rack until they got me a mat later that night, because I thought I was getting out, pretty soon, because I had the money. The bond it wound up being $300. I've got $1,400 on me, but the whole point is that you got to have a Tennessee signature. So I had to wait for somebody, with a Tennessee signature, and like I said, once again, don't have a cell phone, so I can't look up numbers. I don't know anybody's Tennessee numbers. Anyway, like I said, so we got out, paid him, got him a room for the night, tried to take care of him because he took care of me. So, like, once again, we're talking about my sentence. It worked out in every other way, except for I've got to do some time. And in Tennessee, they're very strict. I'm embarrassed about what I did. I knew better. I've known better before. Made a lot of mistakes in my life, and I thought I had all that stuff behind me. I used to be a drug addict. I haven't really talked to you guys. I was going to talk to you all. And, this, like I said, I like making the little satire videos and stuff, but I also want to make some more serious stuff. And if it gets liked, it gets liked. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But, I've had my issues before, and so that didn't help me this time. And so, like I said, it's going to be 45 days in jail. There's some other little stipulations, but nothing major. I'll have to do a couple classes, that kind of thing. Previously, I've had to do these type of classes before. You know, I mean, I'm not happy about the situation, but it turned out, I guess, as well as it could have. It could have been a whole lot worse. Could have very well been a whole lot worse. But, so I turned in this Sunday, which today is Wednesday, whatever the hell it is. Sunday's the 18th. And so I'm going to be turning in, and I get 41 days because I've already got my 4. And you know, I get off track. Like I said, none of my stuff's scripted, so you know, if you can't keep up with me, I'm sorry. You know, this is just a fun thing. I like doing this. If you don't like it, then you know, what the fuck? I don't care. We can turn it off. Anyway, you know, I used to have a drug addiction. In 2003, 3/16/03, I got hit by a drunk driver. Really. Before 3/16/03, I'd never done anything in my life. You know, I hadn't smoked weed, hadn't drank, didn't care about any of that shit. At 3/16/03, I was, how old? 20, exactly 20 years old. And so, you know, I was on a crotch rocket, and my girlfriend was on the back. We were riding down the road, and the guy pulls out in front of us. We hit him. I go into the side of the truck, tear the tailgate off with my head. My arm is all steel. That's as straight as my arm gets, right there. That's as far as it bends in. There's screws sticking out, all this kind of crap. So I went into the side of the truck. She went over because I hit the front brake. Bike stood up like this. She goes over the top of the truck, lands. She's wearing a helmet. In Kentucky, it's not illegal to ride without a helmet. So we were going home to get my helmet. It was a Sunday morning. We're going home to get my helmet because we were getting ready to go on a ride with a bunch of other people. And so, you know, like I said, pulls out in front of us, hit the front brake. She goes over the truck, breaks both her kneecaps, breaks the face off her helmet. She had a flip-up helmet. You know, it was a full face, but the face flipped up. The face broke, flipped up, broke her jaw. She had to have her mouth wired shut. I wish I'd have got her a helmet that, you know, was full-faced. It's been a while since, you know, I've seen her, but I think she's doing all right now. Actually, I think she's doing really good. I don't know. I'm sure she has aches and pains just like I do. Anyway. So the guy that hit us tried to make a loop and go back into the street that he came from and go hide. And he did get away from the scene, but right there where he hit me, there was a restaurant. And inside the restaurant, there was a cop. And the cop saw it all. And he came within, like, the cop said 6 inches of running over my head when he went back out going to wherever he went. They caught him. Turns out, the story gets stranger. They're twins. Him and his brother both are in the truck. Both of them have 6 DUIs plus. A couple of one of them had a manslaughter charge in Florida, and shit, a couple of leaving the scene of an accident. All kinds of these charges. Neither one of them have a driver's license. Neither one of them have this truck. This truck belongs to their girlfriend or something. So it winds up fighting that in court, and my insurance takes care of us, buys me a new bike. I think it was like a week after the accident happened. Got a bike and another bike, because I was like, if I don't get back on it, I'll never ride it again. I had that bike probably a year and sold it. I haven't been on one since. Wouldn't mind to. It's just, I don't know, I kind of grew out of it. Anyway, so that happened, and once that happened, my life drastically changed. Went into surgery for my arm, all that kind of shit. They started giving me Percocets and stuff like this. And so that went on for a while, and I think they started to take me off of it, and I was doing okay. Blow out my left knee on a four-wheeler accident. Well, when I blow out my left knee, of course, they give me more Percocets. They give me Percocets till surgery, during surgery, and then after surgery. So this has been like 2 years solid now. Well, the graft didn't take, so eventually it snaps again. Well, that makes it another year. So I've been on Percocets prescribed for like, it wound up being like 4 years, because it had 3 surgeries on the ACL, and then the arm. Well, and so all that went on, and I became addicted, and it got bad. That's a story for another time. I can talk about it a little more in depth there. It's a bad deal. Addiction's horrible. We need to do something about it, especially prescription addiction, I think, because, you know, it's really easy to get hooked on it. I never expected to be hooked, and with the pain pills, it just happened. And so I you know, it was just like bam, 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 and, you know, I'm addicted. Have to have it. You know, I mean, it's not like, some people don't understand addiction. It's almost like breathing. It's like you have to. It's the first thing you think of when you get up in the morning. It's the last thing you think of before you go to bed. And it stays that way for a long time. And if you don't have it, it'll drive you crazy. You do anything in the world to get it. Now, I can tell you, I can entertain you for hours on stories that I did. Not proud of, but Jesus Christ, some of this stuff is crazy. I mean, I've done some crazy shit. I just, we'll go for an instance. I got married in Cancun. Well, when I go down there to get married, second night, we're getting married on the fourth night. On the second night, we're sitting at the restaurant, hanging out. There's like 5 restaurants on the resort. I'm a dick. I am a dick. 5 restaurants on the resort. So I tell my soon-to-be wife, hey, I'm going to go to the bathroom. Well, I pop up, and instead of going to the bathroom, I go to downtown Cancun. I go to get a taxi. Boom, downtown Cancun. Because in Cancun, you can buy Xanax at a pharmacy. And I went down there and bought like 4 things of blister packs and got ripped. And so she's got the cops. She's tripping out. Doesn't know where I'm at. Thinks I'm abducted or something. So she gets the cops, and everybody on the resort's looking for me. And we finally pull back in. It's like 3 in the morning. And pull back in, and it's like, everybody's been looking for you, blah, 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 blah. So I drag my ass to the honeymoon suite and lay down. She's asleep, or acting like she's asleep. So I lay down, and I try to be real quiet, because, you know, she was a great girl. She really is. But we had a volatile relationship. And so she stands up over top of me, and she's got this orange Fanta, and she just drenches me. This is in the morning. She didn't say a word that night, if she was awake. We both laid there and slept. As soon as it hit light, she pours this orange Fanta all over top of me in our honeymoon suite bed, and wakes me up. And there's a canal that went all around our suite and on down through the resort. Well, she goes, your M&F and blister packs are out there floating. So I jump up out of the bed and go out there and see that there's blister packs floating down the creek that she's thrown in there. I jump in after them and get like 2 of the things. We're fighting. It was horrible. And that's just part of the story. I don't want to go in depth, because I'll make this video like 30 minutes long, and that's not what I intended to do. I wanted to talk about this situation. Anyway, there's a canteen where you can get like candy bars, chips, honey buns, these kind of things, but you can't get ramen noodles. And ramen noodles will keep you alive in jail. If you ever have to go to jail, ramen noodles are your friend. Of course, I'm a smoker too, and I've been trying to quit. I'm taking Chantix right now, which I don't know if that's good, bad, indifferent. So this 45 days is going to make me quit. That's one good thing. But I'm slowing down and going to be quitting on these 45 days. So it's going to suck, because I'm going to be in there. And of course, they don't have e-cigarettes. A lot of jails have e-cigarettes. This jail opted not to. This jail decided to be bare bones. And I don't have a problem with that. What I did was wrong. I deserve to be punished. I don't have a problem with, you know, a jail being bare bones. I think they should offer a little more than what they do. I mean, they don't even have books in there, any literature. There's nothing in there. I mean, in this jail, there's nothing. There's like a deck of cards among 70 guys. The kiosk that's got 10 things that's going on in the world, you can go over there and read. You can send an email out for $1. You can get all the emails in for free, I think. I don't know how it works. And then you've got 3 phones. You make phone calls. But your phone calls, mine are all going to be long distance. They're going to be crazy expensive. So, you know, I'm just talking about things that are going to go on in jail if you go. And so I'm getting prepared. This jail, a lot of jails will let you, you know, bring in 3 or 4 white shirts, 3 or 4 pairs of white socks. Some jails will let you bring in a pair of shorts. Some jails will let you bring in some jogging pants, these kind of things. This jail does not. I was told that depending on which shifts I went in on, I might be able to get a pair of socks, white socks through, and I might be able to get a white t-shirt through. So I'm going to try. I asked if I could bring books. They said no. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you guys, send me a letter. If you got some free time, send me a letter down there. Send me something. Send me a joke. I don't care, because there's nothing to do. There's nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing to do. So, I mean, just, you don't even have to put, you can put somebody else's name if you don't want it to be addressed from you, or you don't feel comfortable, however, whatever. I'll put the address in the description below. Send me a letter. Hell, you can send me some canteen money. You can look it up. It's going to be Coffee County Detention Center. You can send me some canteen money. Hell, you send me some money and put it on my phone card. I'll give you a call from in there. But being serious, I would like to, receive some mail. If anybody out there is got something that you're bored, or you got something you want to say in the next 45 days, some ideas, just want to say hi, want to be nice and tell me a joke or something inspirational, much appreciated. Anything to, break up the day. I mean, I've got some family that's going to be, I'm going to be calling them. Got some friends. Might be some, somebody special out there. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? So I might, she might send something. Don't know. But I do know I'm going to be bored as fuck. There's absolutely nothing to do. And, it didn't look like a gladiator school, which, alright, that's terminology again. Man, there's so much shit in jail. You can go in. These guys are smart dudes. These guys. I'm getting ready to be with one of these guys. The ingenuity. I mean, I've seen people light cigarettes with a pencil. It's crazy. There's all kinds of shit that I've seen, people do tattoos with a toothbrush and a staple from court documents. And some checkers. It's crazy, man. You can burn the checkers. You got soot, scrape it off, put it in shampoo. You got ink. It's insane. So, I mean, there's some other things. And if you guys like some of this serious content, or if you guys like this serious video, this bullshit little video, we'll do some more. We'll do some Q&A kind of stuff. I've had a very interesting life. I've been on every which side. I've lived very, very, very comfortably, and I've been absolutely 100% broke. I'm talking about it, not a dime. I've walked 15 miles in the middle of a snowstorm. There's a whole lot of stuff. I've been to 3 rehabs. It took a long time for me to get clean. I've got a little over 3 years. I'm not one of these guys, that AA, NA kind of people that keep clean time, going. And, and my clean time was for my drug of choice. I have drank a little bit here and there, but I consider my drug, or the drugs, the opiates and benzos, are something I can't deal with. I can't have those. And so, just next 45 days, like I said, you think about this situation, you want to know a little something? Hell, I'll send you a letter back. I ain't got shit to do. I'll write you a letter. Hell, I'll write you a story. Whatever. I'll leave, like I said, I'll leave the address in the description. If you want to look it up, it's Coffee County Detention Center in Manchester, Tennessee. There were actually a couple of YouTube videos on it when they built it 3 years ago. It is a shithole. It's a new jail, but they are overcrowded. The judge, when he sentenced me, he told me he was sorry, and that it was inhumane. There we go. And so, that's going on. But also, let's see, what else is going on that I wanted to talk about? The Jake Paul KSI fight, or Logan Paul. It's freaking ridiculous. It's YouTubers. Why are YouTubers boxing? It's like actors boxing, and these are, all right, there's what, C-class, D-class celebrities. What are YouTubers? I mean, unless you're PewDiePie's about the only mainstream name YouTuber. I mean, Logan and Jake are getting there, but I mean, I've asked some people that they have no idea who Logan or Jake is, but they did know PewDiePie. So just for my own queries. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video off. I've been on here quite a while. I hope you all have a good evening. I might make another video or two before I go ahead and go in. Like I said, I've got to turn myself in on Sunday at 6 p.m. I'll be doing 41 days, and we'll see what the situation is then. Getting my weight up, eating real good right now, but kind of dreading this. You know, I've done the time before, and I can do it, and I don't have any problems with it. I carry myself pretty well, and as long as you don't go in there and act like an idiot, or go in there and act like a sissy, I guess, you'll be alright. You know, take care of yourself, mind your business, do your time. Don't do somebody else's. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. If you didn't like this video, I completely understand. You can put it down in the comments, say, F this, you know, don't do this no more. We won't do this kind of video anymore. But I thought it might be fun to just talk with you guys for a few minutes, be a little more serious. I like to, like I said, I really like to do the parodies and the satire videos. But, you know, I really hadn't had any time to, you know, watch YouTube and go through and pick who I'm going to go with next. You know, I'm watching some channels now. I really like Leon Lush. I think he does a really good job. His production quality is great. They're getting better. You know, he's funny. I like Leon Lush. I'm watching PewDiePie, of course. I think his content's great. I mean, it really is. I didn't like him 3 or 4 years ago. Who else do I watch? That's about it as far as every time they come on. But I'm stretching this out and talking too long. You guys have a great night. It was Groundhog, my bad. It was nice talking with you, being a little more serious. Like I said, drop me a line. I'll put the address in the description. And I appreciate you guys watching, and